Yeah, I mean, I vote warrior anyway.
Okay.
I quite like warrior. It's weird. Like it's got a different. You have to play it differently to other classes, obviously, because you don't really have a hero power. So, but you
Yeah.
kind of do sometimes. Like that's why it's
Yeah.
weird. So,
Sometimes.
eh,
Rarely.
eh. Uh, upgrade's good.
I would actually go with Arcane Nullifier here.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was gonna say how high does the warrior argument for taunts rate with the arcane nullifier?
Quite high. It's immune to removal. It's like the Annoyatron argument that I gave last time.
Yeah, but it's a 4.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse. But upgrade at this stage I don't think is that good because we don't know how many weapons we're going to draft. Even though I really like upgrade.
Yeah, I think upgrade's good.
Although, actually saying that, there are a lot of 4-drops in Warrior, so maybe it's a bit preemptive to go with Arcane Nullifier.
Wow. A lot of 4-drops. I don't know if that's a bit exaggerated.
Well, there's Arathi Weaponsmith, there's Death Spite, there's Corcoran Elite.
Yeah, that's true.
There's...
Well, Corcoran Elite's not good.
it's removal.
Well, it's Death Spite.
It's Death Spite, you don't take...
Main one.
Yeah, Death... Well,
Screw
Corcoran can act as a 1-turn Death Spite. That doesn't give you face damage.
Okay. Okay, go with... Yeah. Yeah, you're okay. Maybe you're okay with the modifier anyway. Yeah, just pick it. I mean, it's the first pick. It's decent. It's an okay taunt. Sure. Troublesome. Lepinome's not good.
I think we should consider every card here.
Yeah, so
Lepinome is not... No, it's not really that good. Because it's a 2-1 and the death rattle's kind of irrelevant. So that's actually my bottom of these 3.
Yeah.
Blackwing Corruptor, if we do end up drafting dragons, can be very valuable. Otherwise, it's just a 5-mana 5/4, which is terrible, but it's not unplayably terrible.
Not like Lepinome, I don't think.
I would say Explosive Sheep has the most synergy with Warrior. A lot of the time it can be negative synergy. A lot of the time it can be very positive synergy. It's also a board clear, which Warriors don't have.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can use Explosive Sheep to do stuff. Fire.
Yo, Instance. Sorry, I interrupted you. Dragons.
Yeah, the Blackwing Corruptor is just an expensive average 4-drop.
Yeah,
So,
with the potential to be a fire elemental.
The Blackwing Corruptor would do more than the Lepinome, I think. So it's.
Oh yeah, that's why I think
me, it goes
Lepinome is out of the
Sheep,
question.
Corruptor, Lepinome.
Yeah.
I would probably pick the Sheep, even though I don't like it. I mean, Dragon Synergy is. I feel like it's neither here nor there, really. Like we've.
Yeah, I don't.
Every weekend we're like, oh, this is a dragon. It might, it's a tribe. Like, fuck it. And dragons never do shit.
Yeah, they don't.
But I mean, you could draft dragons, but are we gonna say that we're statistically unlikely to draft dragons, and then in that case you just go with a sheep, right?
So Iston says, don't you want to make a speculative second pick and then have it maybe blow up in your face? We didn't do that last time. We had speculative second picks, which didn't blow up in our face. If I'm not mistaken. When we picked Warrior, I mean.
I don't remember. I don't. Well, yes, but I don't remember what you're talking about.
So are we saying what? Explosive Sheep then?
Well, I would, but I guess if you want to take the risk, you go with the Corruptor and then fuck it.
Yo, Valderic. How's it going as well?
Maybe you'd want overpowered shit.
All right,
If you don't
yeah,
play.
no, we do want overpowered shit. Let's pick the corruptor.
Uh,
We do want overpowered shit.
champ.
Champ's good for me,
Yeah. Makes
even
the
though
black fire element.
Corsair wasn't that bad either. But we have no weapons yet, so.
Ghoul. Well, actually, Archer could be considered, right?
Yeah, yeah. I actually, I would go with Ghoul. It's got more synergies.
Yeah, go with the Ghoul. It's
Let's make a
not.
patron warrior.
Yeah, with Blackman Corruptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. I mean, the Ghoul is fine. It's good against Paladin, right? Counters muster.
Yeah, Ghoul is good. It's not as detrimental for warrior as it is for other classes. It's by far not that, and it's also a taunt, which we want. Fiery War Axe. Yo, man, bolster, bolster.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what Iston says is completely true. Like warriors, the reason we picked this Blackwing Corruptor is because we need to have some of that get lucky sometimes overpowered nonsense when you do get lucky, because we're warrior, and that's sometimes how we're gonna win games.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, how much impact is sheep is gonna have?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe none, but at least if we draft the dragon, the Blackman Corruptor might do wonders. But who cares?
Anyway, Silent Knight. Yeah.
Let's do this. Oh, we have mechs.
We have one mech. We'll have two mechs after this. But the question is, do you want a force tank or do you want a clockwork?
I really like Force Tank Max, but I'm liking this Arcane Nullifier Clockwork Knight shit.
Yeah, me too. And also, our 5-drop is bad at the moment, so I would rather take a good curve, which ends up with only Stormwind Champion, than end up with loads of late game cards that we never get to play because we never get there.
Wow.
Something like that. I mean, that is exaggerated, but I would prefer the 5. I would prefer the 5 over the fat drop right now. Plus,
Force Tank Max.
the Divine Shield is not good against mages. I say not good. It's not as, like, Force Tank Max isn't as good against mages, for example, which you see a lot of. It's also not that good with Unstable Ghoul.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Nonsense. Just, you had me at it's a 5.
Yeah. Just you know, extra little things that are
Nah,
important.
it was the main one was that it's a 5. I think. I mean, the thing about mage is a good point. But the unstable ghoul is just kind of like, it's okay now.
The knight's a lot like a 4/4 for 3. That's interesting.
Knight.
I mean,
4/4 3.
You obviously the condition has to be met for that to be the case, and at the moment we only have one mech. But even as a 5/5 for 5, it's still good. So
Tank's not good when you're far behind. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I think we will need some of that late game though, because it will allow us to play one card at a time. So we delay using the hero power as long as possible, which is how we won. We've done well in our last few warrior runs. So anyway, Cruel Taskmaster here or Frostwolf?
Yeah, Cruel Taskmaster looks good. It synergizes with almost every card.
Yeah.
Except maybe Blackwing Corruptor.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Frostwolf is also good though. But maybe we don't want another 5 just yet.
Don't think we don't think Frostwolf's good in this deck at the moment.
I'm just skeptical about 2-mana 2/2s, but it's.
Well, we just don't count it as a 2-drop.
No, I know that, but you use it for his battle cry, don't you? So. And nothing else. The body's rubbish most of the time.
Stranglethorn or Fen Creeper. I'm leaning towards Stranglethorn because we still need a few, like one more 5 for the time being.
Yeah, Stranglethorn's nice.
At least until pick 20, one more 5's good.
Yeah, Stranglethorn's been actually one of my favorite 5-drops for a while, actually. I'm quite happy at seeing some constructed play now. I was wondering why I hadn't ever, but
The reason I'm not considering Corcoran is because I don't really like it, but a Corcoran might actually be necessary in this deck at the moment because our only 4-drop is Arcane Nullifier.
yeah, but it's not really a 4-drop.
Yeah, that's what I
mean, we're on pick 8. I think we're okay for now.
Yeah.
To just
Yeah, I agree.
We're okay.
Yo.
Okay.
Lotheb is just solid as hell.
Lotheb is solid. He's a Stranglethorn Tiger.
Yes, he is, and it kind of makes me wish I had picked the Corcoran. But we didn't even consider it because I would have still picked the Fen Creeper just because it's a taunt, and taunts are just incredibly valuable in Warrior.
Yeah. I mean, Mechgineer Thermoplug is like a worse Kraken. Or, well, a different Kraken.
Yeah. Could go for Thermoplug.
I don't
just to have a fatty. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fatty.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Obviously, Lotheb would be nice, but Lotheb is still most of the time just... Actually, I don't know. I don't want to say most of the time, but Lotheb is...
Just a 5-mana 5/5.
Just a 5-mana 5/5.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, so...
Even in Constructed, that's the case. So...
Yeah.
Another Cruel Taskmaster. I mean, it's the same. It's Cruel Taskmaster is essentially Ironforge Rifleman.
Ironforge Rifleman. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So it's between Cruel Taskmaster and Wind Fury Harpy.
I'm just thinking that actually. How the fuck does that make sense? Cruel Taskmaster is strictly better.
Not really,
actually, no,
because
not
if you can't necessarily use it
you
on an enemy minion.
Shields.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but to pay 1 extra mana. Anyway, yeah, I guess you go for the Cruel Task, don't you?
Yeah. Right, so I think Argent Horse Rider is quite good in this. No, sorry, not good in this deck. I think it's good, and we need these kind of ping effects, like these Bluegill Warrior effects. You know, whatever, just damage, because we don't have a lot of removal at the moment other than Fiery War Axe.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it's good in this deck. What I was going to say, because of the 1 health thing, we're running Cruel Taskmaster, we're running Unstable Ghoul. And whilst Warbot, I think, is not as good as Argent Horse Rider in most situations, I think it's still the pick. Because we also need early game.
Yeah. You could say that it does synergize with Cruel Taskmaster, because you can take away your own Divine Shield and make it a 4/1 with charge.
Yeah, but then that's a 5-mana combo, and it has 4 attack.
Yeah, that's crap. Okay, yeah, I'm sold. Warbot.
And also...
Mech. Yeah. Mech decks.
Archmage? Well, no, actually, Gadgets and Jouster. I would go with Jouster.
No.
Still need the early game. With 2 Cruel Taskmasters, I think Gadgets and Jouster's good. I don't want it because of the Joust thing, but we're always getting stuck with it. I don't think Archmage is that good right now. I really don't value that kind of body in Warrior. 4 attack is pretty awful. 7 health doesn't matter. So, yeah.
Alright. Yeah. You're probably right. Joust is so crap.
And the reason I'm picking Joust over Clockwork is because Clockwork doesn't synergize with Cruel Taskmaster. And, you know, having enough 1-drops to synergize with Cruel Taskmaster makes our Cruel Taskmasters more likely to be 2-drops. So.
Okay, yeah. I just don't like the Joust mechanic. I've grown to dislike it as TGT's gone on.
Yeah, me too.
It's just not It's not. There's just nothing to it. It's
Yeah.
just you. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and it's not fun when you lose,
Mhm.
and it's not really that fun when you win. You're just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Worgen.
Yeah, we need a 3. So
Well, we also need a 2, but Worgen is really good in Warrior.
yeah, okay. Yeah, Lance Carrier is okay, but Worgen's good too. Ooze,
Not
Oozy
not Shield Bearer.
over Ooze. Ooze is just a 2-drop. Yeah, we don't really have any good or fairly okay 2-drops.
I would take Ooze.
And the off chance it destroys a weapon as well. There we go.
Juggler. I'm starting to not like the direction this deck is going in.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Knight. Or Direwolf.
Or another corruptor for all that dragon synergy that we have.
So Knight gives us a third 5. I'm not counting the Blackwing Corruptor. Even though it looks like Blackwing Corruptor is going to be our just 5-drop all the time. But anyway, if it doesn't turn out to be that, Knight is third 5-drop. Direwolf allows, again, has that Cruel Taskmaster effect. It allows our Warbot, Gadgets and Jouster to be good. It allows our Unstable Ghoul to be okay. It allows our Silent Knight to be okay. It allows our Arcane Nullifier to be okay.
Alright.
So,
Alpha then.
okay.
Another 2-drop that isn't a 2-drop. But
Now do we want a 5-drop that isn't a 5-drop? Or
well,
Bash?
It could be a 5. I mean, Bash is just a more expensive Frostbolt, Dart Bomb, Quick Shot.
So rubbish then.
No, because when you consider that, sorry, when you consider that Warrior doesn't have Frostbolt, Quick Shot, or Dart Bomb, what can you do?
Yeah. No, I would probably take Bash as well. I agree with you. I don't think... So, I think this deck is going in the direction where we try and set up a board early enough that we just push face at the end.
Yeah, Cavalry Raider doesn't do that, does it?
No, it does not.
It's too slow.
But
And
Bash allows us to maintain our board, albeit
Also,
a little
Bash-
bit shitly.
Bash is interesting because Bash has the Living Roots syndrome, doesn't it? Where the difference between Claw and Living Roots is that with Claw you have to attack, and you're neutralizing your hero power. With Warrior, you can bash something and weapon something else. So it's okay.
Okay. No, I would go with Bash here, for sure. Yay! Despite.
Yeah. Not Bone Guard Lieutenant? No.
No. Right, a teacher.
Patron?
Oh! No, I would not go with Patron. I mean, we have quite a lot of ways to activate it.
No, we don't.
We have Deathbite, we have Ghoul, we have 2 Cruel Tasks.
That's only 4 ways.
Shut up.
And that they cost mana, like in
Yeah.
Violet Teacher for sure.
It could have been a thing. It could have been a thing. We need 4 drops though, and yeah, we need them quite desperately.
Yes.
Grim Patron's just too awful, even in Warrior. Ooh. So,
You know, Rampage could be good.
yeah, but it's not the pick here, unfortunately. If these were 2 crappy cards, it might be Rampage, but Mech Warper, we have mechs for the synergy. 2 mechs for the synergy. Don't think that's
2?
enough.
Isn't
To-
actually a Thermoplasm?
Well, oh yeah. Yes, he is. No, you're right, he is. I'm not counting the Warbot, because that doesn't matter.
We've got the Knight, the Nullifier,
Yeah, apart from Warbot, we have Knight, Nullifier, and Plug. However, I think a Mani Berserker is still better in this deck. Because
Task.
the Amani Berserker does a similar kind of thing to what the Mech Warper does, but earlier. So the Amani Berserker, because we have enough ways of activating the Amani Berserker without having to attack into something with less than 3 attack, it means that it's might be able to trade into it like a 4-drop, for example, without us having to do very much. Whereas Mech Warper would allow us to put like Clockwork Knight as a 4-drop, and that would allow us to trade. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So it allows us to have like tempo plays, but Mech Warper requires us to play something on the board and then have them respond, whereas Amani Berserker doesn't always require us to do that.
Alright. Cool.
Kind of a long-winded and complicated explanation, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Iston says that he thinks Basher is a decent card. It's not that it's... I think it's decent, but that's like at best. It's just the 3 mana thing. It's just really, really awkward. When you're ahead...
It can be.
Yeah, no, it can be awkward. Later on in the game, it's obviously less awkward a lot of the time. Earlier in the game, can be okay if you're fighting for the board or you've got one thing down and you just bash something and kill it off or whatever. There are situations where bash can be good and useful.
Yeah, it's
because like any removal, really.
It's obviously not as good as the other versions.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, we need another 4-drop.
Yes.
But Azure-Drake's pretty good for the card draw.
Yes. And it's also a dragon.
Ooh, shit.
It's also a dragon, which makes our Blackwing Corruptor...
You might have to pick it.
Like 1% of the time, not shit, but excellent.
Pick it. You have to.
Yeah, I agree.
Decided.
I think we have to, just because of that. Interesting. Let me count our Let me count our viable 2-drops on turn 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 1-drops.
That's enough.
So what, sparring partner?
No. I mean, that's enough. That's enough early game, I think.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure about Mortal Strike. Mortal Strike, once again, is just a worse fireball, isn't it?
If it was deal 5 damage, if you have 12 or less health, deal 6 damage, I think it would be a lot better.
Yeah, that would make it...
Obviously, it would be better, but it would be a lot better. Because then it could kill any 4-drop. So it would just trade.
I don't understand it. Like, I really don't understand why it's 4 and maybe 6. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Why is fireball always 6?
Yeah.
But this has a condition. Nonsense.
Yeah, it is nonsense.
But I don't know. I never use Mortal Strike in Arena. I've never used it in Arena.
I have. It's kind of... You're like, I don't want to use this because it doesn't kill anything right now. Let me wait until I go 12 health. Oh, I'm dying now. It's useless. Oh well, I lose. Because that sounds like the whiny version of Mortal Strike, but that's essentially my experience with it.
Okay. Yeah, Death Lords is a taunt. Obviously, we don't have an execute, so maybe that would be dangerous because we don't actually have removal.
I think it's quite dangerous.
So just sparring partner then. Fuck it.
I don't think it's awful though to pick it.
What, Death Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be bad. I think it could. I mean, obviously it could be bad.
I think if we had more cards like Frothing Berserker or the Grim Patron thing, I think Death Lord would be really good. But I don't think we have enough of those kind of snowbally cards. Because Death Lord allows you to stall the board for a turn or two to snowball enough that that's really hard to deal with. But yeah, I think it's too risky otherwise.
Well, I mean, what do you think? What just vote for something?
I would just go with, you know what? I might go with Mortal Strike over Sparring Partner, just because of the removal. But we have 2 weapons, which is quite good. So maybe having the extra 2 is more important right now. Yeah, I think having the extra 2 is probably more important right now.
Alright, yeah, sparring partner. I'm happy Yeah, I don't know.
Also, we can make some of our shittier cards taunts, like Blackwing Corruptor, that will make it slightly better.
Yeah.
And you could even make Silent Knight a taunt after it's traded. Like, it stays alive and then
go.
it's a 2/2 taunt, protects your other things. And it's like one of those annoying taunts or something. Like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Senjin's good.
Senjin.
Senjin's good. We don't have enough mechs for Tinkertown, but Tinkertown.
It's never Deathlord. Wrong! It's sometimes Deathlord. Card is bad, but it has a function. And whilst the function in this deck is non-existent, it does have a function. And I have lost 2 Deathlords before because it's carried out its function, which is you can't deal with it, you lose because you can't control the board anymore unless you have a lot of removal, and the only classes that have an excess amount of removal are normally mages. Even paladins can struggle with Deathlord, even though they struggle less than most classes because they have like Blessing of Kings and all that crap. But Deathlord can just outright lose you a game as well. That's why it's risky to pick it. So you have to make sure that you're getting use out of its function before you draft that card, because otherwise then it will lose you more games than it will win you. So
yeah, it's definitely risky though.
Yeah, it's way risky for sure. And most of the time I don't pick Deathlord because it is too risky and it just straight up loses you a game. Especially when you see loads of mages, it's pretty easy for a mage to remove it. Because of Fireball.
This is Deathblade, by the way.
Yeah.
You can never have enough.
The function is losing the game. I don't like. It's not that simple. Like, it's not even close to being that simple. I know Crip once made a video and I watched it and I was like, yeah, you're right, it is shit. But I was kind of shit then, and I've since thought about the card and lost to the card a lot since. And you have to understand what it's there. It's like saying Fel Reaver's really, really good. Well, not necessarily. Fel Reaver is good in a lot of scenarios if you know how to use it. If you know how to use Deathlord, it's good in a lot of scenarios. If you don't know how to use it, it's going to be shit most of the time. So you have to understand the card before you pick it and use it and blah. Because otherwise it just looks like wank, essentially.
Yeah.
I'd actually go with the Raider here, you
know. Yeah, sure, Raider's good.
We have 1,
we
2,
have
3,
2
4
drops.
Yeah.
So Burley is also okay.
Maybe we go with Burley.
So we have
3 weapons.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 early game still. But I mean, Raider's good. Raider's good, but Burley's good too. I'm not sure.
So we're picking the Burley because we need a 4. We're picking the Raider because it's got good synergy with our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 1-drops, which makes 2 of our 2-drops good. 5 2-drops at the moment, with 4 conditional good early game drops. However, Raider also works as more than just a 2-drop sometimes if you have a weapon equipped or have it behind a taunt and a weapon equipped. We have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count both Death Bites as 1 4-drop. So we have 3 4-drops. Yeah. Essentially, we're picking the Blood Cell Raider because of a snowballing effect, I think, in that case, because we're not picking it because it's a 2. We don't need the 2s. We do need the 4s.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Burley. I quite like drafting 4+ as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If you can get value out of your 4+ drops, then you don't necessarily need the card draw that Warrior lacks. So
I picked it. I've had far too many games where I have Deathlord in my hand and I literally can't play it and would be happier with anything that did anything. yes, that can happen. I think you'll find with this deck, that's going to happen with quite a lot of our cards. Which makes Deathlord worse, much worse than it already would have been anyway. So that's another reason why not to pick it. But once again, it still depends on your deck. I don't know what those situations looked like for you, but it really depends on your deck. In an aggressive deck, Deathlord's really good, for example. That's like an example, because it just, the cards might not be in your hand, but they're on the board, and if you can keep them on the board by having Deathlord there, and even when it brings something out, you don't really care that much. So that's a situation where it's good. That's why I don't think it's that black and white, whether it's just terrible or not terrible. It just depends. Grizzly?
Yeah.
I don't like shield block, and charges obviously no.
I hate shield block in Arena. But I hate shield blocking in most decks.
Ring?
Yeah, Heather Ring, for sure. Quite lucky with the 3s here.
Don't need the ones for Argent Squire, so. Ooh. Battle Rage looks good.
Once again, I've never used Battle Rage. We were going to pick it last time.
No, we have used it. We used it in that 12-win run that we had, didn't we? We had a Battle Rage.
Did we?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we did. We have used Battle Rage recently. I don't know if it was in the 12-win run or a previous run that we did well, but we had it, and we did well with it.
Okay. I don't remember. I remember last time it came out, I said that I haven't done enough with Battle Rage to assess whether it's any good. I mean, I know it's good.
I think in this deck, Battle Rage is going to be quite useful. Yeah.
Yeah, pick it then.
Just yeah, we have quite a few damage to ourselves cards, so yeah, I don't want to pick Joust. It's between Slam and Battle Rage, but I think Battle Rage is better here. Just because card draw, man.
Yeah, card draw.
Alright, so Bomb Lobber.
Yes, for sure, Bomb Lobber.
But Coliseum Manager is not that bad. Argent Watchman's pretty bad.
Nah, let's just say no to Inspire effects.
No, but the Coliseum Manager is like anti-Inspire.
No. Because you still have to. I mean, you don't have to, but you still want to.
No, you don't want to with Coliseum Manager. Not Argent Watchman. Argent Watchman is no. Coliseum Manager, you don't want to inspire
that's
a
not
lot.
necessarily true.
Well, no, but yeah, you can either.
The Inspire effect is beneficial.
Only sometimes though. Other times it's like if you picked it in Mage, I think it's pretty awful in Mage because when you haven't traded with it and you want to ping, you can't ping because then you lose tempo, like a hell of a lot of tempo.
You wouldn't put down Coliseum Manager as a 3-drop in Mage because you'd be pinging too.
Well, you wouldn't pick it in Mage. I wouldn't.
But yeah, anyway.
I don't think it's bad in a warrior deck.